What's up, guys? Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. I have a very exciting video for you today. One of the most talked about subjects in the GSP YouTube channel. The FlightScope Mevo Plus is now connected to the GSPro Golf Simulator software. Can't tell you how many people have sent me emails or commented, is this coming? When is this coming? It's officially here, and we're gonna do a first look video using the FlightScope Mevo Plus with GSPro. All right, so I'm gonna dive in, I'll show you the settings, and I'll show you kind of a quick look at the practice. We'll look at some courses, some chipping, putting, things like that. Just a first look video. I will do more in the future, and there are some awesome things coming as well that I'm gonna talk about and show you here in just a few minutes. But let's talk about pricing really quick. I think it's pretty cool how they do it. You can do a $250 subscription, all right, that this is ongoing. You get your license and all the updates, or you can opt for, I think it's $550 right now, the subscription plus a lifetime license. So if you don't renew the subscription, you still have a lifetime license moving forward where you can use the software. You're just not going to get those core updates for features and things, all right, but you could resubscribe later on. FlightScope Mevo Plus is set up the same as always, 7 feet from the ball and then 10 feet, a little over 10 feet for the screen. I use the dot because that is actually what FlightScope still has certified. The RCT ball is not certified, so I like to use what they're okaying at this time. That way I'm showing the best results I possibly can. But other than that, we're good to go. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do. I appreciate it. Like the video, comment below what you think and also what you'd like to see. All right, as always, if you're looking to purchase any golf simulator hardware or software, shoot me an email. I'll pin it to the top of the comments and put it in the description. Been helping all kinds of people transform their home golf simulators as well as get a ton of commercial facilities built, which is really cool. So if you're looking to open a commercial facility, let me know. Tons of experience, not only between myself, but my partners. So it's really cool. Let's go ahead and just look at the user interface really cool. User interface, it has quadrants. All right, they're all set up, and then settings down at the bottom. You can go to, obviously this is where you put your players and your user ID. That's for Simulator Golf Tour, we'll talk about in just a second. But game, metrics, imperial, all right, altitude, temperatures, the gimme circle, which is really cool. You'll see when we go out on the course, offset, if you're in an offset environment. They have all those settings and things that you need to make sure it's appropriate for your space, which I think is cool. Now this is something they pride themselves on, courses. This open platform course designer, wow. I mean, they have a truckload of courses. And let me tell you, some of these course designers, I mean, they are just very good at what they do. I think that whether it's object placement, whether it's just how they refine their designs, you're seeing some very, very good courses get pumped out through here, and there's just going to be more and more to come because you have all these different designers that have access to do it. I've downloaded the majority of them. You'll get to see those here in just a second, but let's just go ahead and go through the quadrants. Online game, they have a great peer-to-peer connectivity software that you can use. It's immersive. You get to see the other shot. It's seamless. You can play scramble and all these different modes. I think it's really cool. Tournaments, I auto sign up to the tournaments. So what it does is it automatically pulls in the tournament for every week, even though I don't get to play them all. It looks like I'm missing that course. So I would just go download Hot Springs Country Club, and then I would come back and it'd be good to go and I could play my tournament. That's through Simulator Golf Tour. I'll put the link in the description. They actually run the actual tournaments. All the data gets pushed out to this website. They have leaderboards, statistics, all kinds of things. It's really cool, so make sure you check that out. Local game is just exactly what it is. You select your course, Arcadia Bluffs, for instance, and I can just get all the settings, and then it'd be good to go. All right, you can see how many players you can set up in there, all kinds of things. So what do we miss? Anything? Not really. Practice. They have skills test beta. So if we go back for a second, not to jump back and forth, but see the ticker at the bottom? That's everybody who's gone through that skills test. They have a running leaderboard. I think that's cool. I will tell you, I'll just kind of prepare you now, that it's a lot of shots. So you might want to save your energy, warm up a little bit, and then go try that test out, but it's cool. Let me show you something really quick that is the interface, and we'll talk about what is coming as well. So this is actually what launches when you go to start GSPro, and then it loads up, and then this comes up, and if you have your FlightScope already connected through Wi-Fi, you can just hit connect, and it connects to this. And you'll see that I have my tilt and my roll there. I'm a little anal at getting it set up so you can see how close it is to perfectly level and everything. But they're actually going to be getting this even more enhanced. So you could throw this up on another monitor and they're going to show like club data and different, data points visually, all on this screen. So I think that's going to be really cool what they're doing there. They have settings, so you can get in all your sensor to tee distances correct, user guides, how-to video. They even have a debug in there if there's any issues. But yeah, just so you know, that's kind of what they have going on here. So the normal in chipping and putting, it does it by distance automatically. FlightScope's had them set that up. If for some reason you were trying to switch to putting, you could just manually switch it to putting. You know, so just understand if you're trying to putt off the fringe or something like that, and it's not set to that, you would want to go in here and change it to putting. Okay, so let's just go to practice really quick. Let's go to practice, on-course practice. We'll show you in a minute. Driving range, and that way we can just start hitting some shots. I'm sure everybody wants to see, you know, some shots. So let's just go ahead and we'll just drag this up. I think it's a cool feature on the left-hand side. See that slider? I'm just dragging this up. Let's just do like 85 yards. You can open up your mini map if you want to do it that way, and then you can also have all your settings and everything up here. You can even have your statistics if you're not in practice mode, things like that. There is weather even available out here on the range, so if I wanted the sun just a little bit stronger, I think I was messing with that at some point in time. That's probably more to you know, the general setting, and you can reset it as well. All right. So now we're good to go. I mean, I can just grab my club and let's go ahead and do some shots, 85 yards. I got my dot facing my screen, which I normally do, and we're just ready to go. So I'll take you guys out for some chipping and putting here after we hit a few out on the range. All right. Notice it's like the normal FlightScope delay, nothing crazy. So as long as your PC is not lagging it down, your connection or anything like that, you're gonna see it's just kind of that normal little delay, and you're good to go. So let's hit one more with wedge. Notice my spin, I'm getting really good spin because I'm using the dot. I'm actually hitting some decent wedges this morning. Man, got it dialed in. Little thud from the ball, little spin back, 9,500 spin. All right, and then now, why don't we let's just grab an 8-iron. We'll move it back a little bit. I didn't get a lot of chance to warm up today. I really like this range. You guys have to tell me what you think. But how you can, like, let's say you wanted to go right on those in-between yardages that you're not comfortable with. You know, it's in between a 9 and an 8, and you don't know what to hit, and you just want to work on these. Well, you can do that. You know, let's say you're trying to hit fades, which I struggle with. You know, I tend to miss it and not shape it the way I want to. Well, I can just sit out here and work on it. See how that is? Yeah, a little short. And I can just sit here and I can just work on my 8-iron in between shots, you know, over and over. And I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hit another one for you. Let's try to shape one. I'm gonna start this off to the right and you have it come back. I got a hold of that when I closed the face down hard, but there you go. Shape a shot, no problem, right? I had people ask me that often on Mevo Plus. They're like, I want you to see you hit a push draw, and that's one that I get asked a lot. And you saw that ball. I mean, it was a huge push draw, so I can shape my shots really well. Look at the other videos that I've done with the Mevo Plus. So let's go ahead and let's show you guys some courses. I know everybody wants to see courses. Like I said, this is a first look video. I'm going to show you guys more. We're going to do I would probably say like a live stream, and that way we can go out and actually play like 9 or 18 holes. The live streams make it easier for me. The files aren't as big and everything. So where do I want to go? Oh man, there are, so you know what? And I want to make sure I'm going under on-course practice. So there we go, on-course practice. This allows me to skip all around wherever I want to go. So it makes it a little bit easier. You know what's funny is I don't have all these courses necessarily like memorized on what's the latest ones and what they're good. Like Dallas National, that looks cool. Yeah, I want you guys to be able to see all these. And TechBud is one of their, let's go to Eastlake because it's like well known. I think that it's like somewhat, you know, newer. But look at this, they've got the course altitudes in here. It's just really cool. So you can just go out on the course, on the on-course practice. That's the first thing you want to do is just go out there. And then I'll show you how you can kind of skip around and do different things. But TechBud, one of these course designers, pumps out courses and they're high quality. And so that's kind of why I wanted to select one of his courses. Now, oh, it looks like the lighting's getting adjusted. Okay, so it's loading all up and everything. Now let me show you really quick the lighting. Let's say you wanted to do some things. I mean, they have some crazy things. Let's say you wanted to change the time of day to like morning time, like you're playing in the morning. Like look at the shadows and the fog and everything. Like, isn't that wild? I mean, they have a lot of things that you can do. So let's say you wanted to go more towards like noontime, all right? And let's say the sun strength was a little too much, and I was messing with that earlier. Shadow strength, you can change that, you know, how you know, light or deep the shadows are. And then you can go back to default settings, which they have it set. And I have it set to like a clear sky right now. So yeah, it's pretty wild what they're doing. But let's just go up. So I have a ball up here in the upper left, and then I can just kind of select right by the green. And that way I can show you guys some chipping. And then what you want to do here is just kind of put your aim point where you want it. So let's, you know, it's a 27-yard chip, and I can do a shorter one too. But let's just go 27 yards or so. I think it'll be a good example. And then I can jump out and show you guys maybe a couple other courses. I just selected East Lake just because it was a well-known one. Honestly, I feel like some of them are even newer with even more enhanced graphics and everything. Little bump and run to run it up there. All right, now let's try to do a little more of a flop shot. Try to bring this in kind of softly. There we go, nice and high. In the gimme circle? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. And then if you guys want like a hot bump and run, we can do that too. Coming in super low, rolling it in, keep it going, almost got in there. All right, so that's how you do on-course practice. And what's cool is you can just go up here to your hole, wait until you see how fast these load. You can just go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I'm previewing you the whole, you know, course essentially right now, just flipping through. I mean, it's unbelievable. So let's go ahead and get out of here, all right? Because I want to show, like, you know, some putting and different chipping at another course. So I can just go to on-course practice. Oh, what is one? You know, Fairy Point is one that is a newer one that I know they released. Here's kind of like a hidden gem, Georgia Golf Club. Show you guys that really quick. I think some people might recognize this course. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's first, once this loads up, we will select our holes, and I'll jump out to a couple holes that you guys will probably recognize, and then I will do some more chipping and putting. Let this load up. Most of the courses load pretty fast. You see how that jumped right up? I mean, you're not talking about waiting more than, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, let's say. And then let's just go ahead. They do. I forgot he has this little like preview audio that plays when you first start out on this course. It's kind of cool. But let's jump out. You know, I'm trying to think of. There's 11. Yeah, this. I think you guys will probably recognize this hole right here. So like, let's say that you're in the bunker. I think that'd be cool to do a bunker shot like this. Can you know, get it out of the bunker? Now it does deducts as well. But I think this would be a good example for you guys. I mean, these greens are super challenging, so just understand that. All right, so let me try to just kind of flop one out. You know what we need to do though? Let's see how far. So that's only, look at that, right to the pin is only 11 yards. All right, let's see if we can do this. So what it does is it deducts speed and spin out of greenside bunkers. So notice how that would have probably went further, but it's deducting speed and spin. So I'm gonna hit this one a little bit harder. Look at that. Because it's coming out of a bunker. So I thought that would be really cool. What else do I want to show you guys? I think we should get one more course. I think that would be cool. Like if we could just, you know, we could skip through some of these for you guys just so you could see them. All right. I'm sure you're recognizing all these. There's a 168 shot. We could hit one of these really quick. Looks pretty cool. And once again, you want to adjust the lighting and everything because it's a little bright right now. I could easily do that because it's noontime. So like, let's say I wanted to like bring it down to like the morning. The sun's maybe a little too strong. All right, save and exit. See how much like more rich that looks? You can do whatever you want. You know, I had it on, like I said, that noontime before. All right, this is like a 7-iron for me. I almost want to like cut it in there rather than draw it into the water. Let's see if I can actually get this somewhat close. That's what I was trying to do. See the ball just worked just a little bit to the right? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What? I'll take it. I will take that. So a good example for you guys on a par 3. All right. Let's, why don't we do this? Since we're already here, I want to show you one more course though. So let's jump out because I want to show you guys putting now. So let's go to practice, on course practice. Let's select another, there's the GSPro practice area I was talking about. Man, they just had Harbor Town. I could show Harbor Town. That's a really good one. There are just so many courses. This, I guess, is a newer one that is really cool. That's the short course. Let's go out here. I haven't even looked at this course yet, so I think it'll be cool to actually take a look at it and then at the same time show you guys putting because a lot of people have been talking about this. This is a newer released course located in Virginia. It's supposed to have some really cool graphics. Well, sure enough, look at this. I mean, that looks really, really cool. Look at the trees and the water. I'll tell you what I can show you guys. Let me show you flyover. Let's show you guys flyover, because I don't think we've shown that yet. Look at this hole. Very cool. Very cool. We can skip around a little bit, see the birds up there. Yeah, this is obviously a cool course. First thing first, we can look at some other holes, but I think that we should just show you guys putting. I try not to make these, you know, like too drug out of videos. Of course, we have something with a bunch of left to right brake and everything. I wanted something that wasn't too hard to try to demonstrate for you guys. It looks like all of these are, I mean, that's just a little downhill. It's like a 12-footer. Let's see what we can do. It actually has the brake line indicator on. I'm not the best at putting on GSPro, I'm not gonna lie. But I know that it's 3 feet downhill, so this is like a 10-foot putt, so I think it's actually like a good example, depending on the gimmies that you'd be playing. I mean, can you make shorter putts? Yes, I think you can, and I can show those. I don't know if this is gonna be right, but it's only playing like 9 feet or so. Oh, that was a pretty good putt. I think honestly with a little more speed I could probably make that. So I have putting working pretty well. Understand that I can have misreads with putting. I'm putting over this bump right here, and if I don't hit it smooth and it's bouncing around, it could have too much speed because it sees the bounce and stuff. If you want the best putting results, I think that the putting mat is really the way to go. I have this working quite well though. Let's see if I can actually make this. That was a little harder. There it is. There it is. Now I've noticed this on this course. It doesn't do it to me on other courses because I was out here messing around. That when you hole out, it actually takes you out of your practice and it's not supposed to. So I'll point that out to them. It's a brand new course. I'm sure that's why. But I think what we should do is we should kind of skip around to show you guys some of these holes out here. I mean, really, really cool course. I mean, I just love all the trees. Let's just do let's find one more hole that's maybe has some water and stuff that's really cool. Oh my gosh, look at that, split fairways on this one. That's cool. Look at this. All right, let's do a flyover of this one. I mean, that's cool reflective water. You know, the trees are obviously super immersive on this course. I mean, everything. Now I noticed that their default clouds are a little different than I'm used to. And so if I wanted to, like I said, all you have to do is just bring up your lighting and you could just go to clear sky or whatever you want. There's flat clouds and sun shafts and I mean, all kinds of things. So if you wanted like different clouds, I mean, heck, there's light rain. if you wanted it to be raining. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but there's rain. I mean, let's see if we can do this. All right. Oh, that's insane. Do I really need to show a short putt from there? What I was gonna do is we can skip around a little bit. Let's go up to this green and see how it is. I wanted to see if we could really make like a 6-foot putt or something. So maybe we'll grab like something that's like slightly uphill. Like what is that? Yeah, that's barely uphill. And then it's only like, let's say you had a 6-foot putt. Could you make this putting? I don't know. I think we could turn the rain off. I think it's cool though that they have all these different things, and of course then it brightens it up. All right, can you make a 6-foot putt? And mind you, here we are with our bumpy little mat trying to make short putts with Mevo Plus. Hey, we'll try, why not? Look at that. I think you could do it. I hit that really soft. It rolled about 7 feet or so in the sim, and it's uphill. So if I hit this just a little bit harder, I think you could do it. Look at that. Thank you very much. Just made a 6-foot putt with Mevo Plus and GSPro software. I hope this has been a really good look for you guys. Notice I'm on the tee box again. We're gonna have to tell them about that when you hole out on the practice on this. No big deal. I mean, that's what's amazing I've actually noticed about the GSPro software is their community. I'll put the Discord link in the channel. If you find a bug, bugs happen in software. I mean, like major, you know, software with video games and everything. You point it out to them and they're just on it. I mean, whether it's the course designer that made an issue or whether it's the software designer, they're on it. But I think this has been a great first look at the FlightScope Mevo Plus with the GSPro Golf Simulator software. I'm interested to see what you guys think, so make sure that you comment below. Let me know what you think. You know, things that you want to see, we'll try to do it. But man, we've seen some impressive results today. You know, we did all kinds of, you know, full shots and chipping and everything. We didn't do driver. I wasn't really warmed up, but we'll go out and do some full on-course play. So you'll be able to see driver and everything. You know, so the performance has been great so far though. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys watching as always. We'll talk to you soon.